often tell you on the show here about how there's so many royal olive branches being handed out, you know, where they're trying to sort of alleviate the problem. It's difficult, isn't it, in any family? There's always one section of the family that people talk about behind their back. Oh, don't kid me, it's not the same in your family. Of course it is. Everybody says, oh, did you see her? Or the one that's always a bit posher, you know, the hyacinth bouquet, where you go around and they're showing off their posh house and you're thinking, very nice. Remember, we all used to live in the same house. Times move on. This is now, of course, the problem when you think about it for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. And you would think in many respects that they would seize these particular opportunities to try and redirect all of their negative PR. And a lot of people say, oh yes, but you know, it's the media that give the negative PR. Absolute rubbish. You know, when they're exposed at things, it is them doing it. It's nobody else, not the media suggesting that. So what's interesting here is that once again, the British monarchy, some might say, you know, at least have been very kind, very generous in offering this. But will they, of course, be reciprocated in the kindness that it's been offered? Let me explain. Hi, good morning. How are you? Nice to see you. You know, when you look back in royal history, by the way, it's fascinating to note, isn't it? Because you think that, you know, it only happens in our generation. Couldn't possibly happen in another generation. Way back in 1339, on this day, King Richard abdicated. That's right. Replaced eventually by King Henry. So you see, nothing is really new. It's just, as I often say here on the show, things just go round in a circle, and it's new to us because we're in that moment. But in 100 years' time, people might say, what was that daft apeth talking to himself on a camera for outside? I know. Well, you will, won't you? Well, hopefully we'll all still be here. Yes, you will if you keep taking the iron and looking after yourself. Hope you are all looking after yourself, by the way. Let's have a wave. Nice to see you today. Yeah, seriously, do look after yourselves. So important, isn't it? Prunes are the key. Do you like them with custard? Ooh, a little bit tricky, that one for me. I can't, it's funny how you get, I told you the other day, didn't I? Suddenly now I've liked olives. Bit concerned. Never liked them for years, couldn't stand the flavour. Suddenly now got a bit of a craving. Anybody else had any cravings that you never had before? Let me know in the comments below. Back as ever to your Breaking Royal story of the day. This is truly an interesting development for many people, particularly inside the monarchy. This is all to do with the fact that, as we know, on May the 6th this year, we held a wonderful coronation. And there were lots of coronation medals given out to all the relevant people, as one can imagine. What's interesting here is though, finally, the medals have wormed their way now over to the land of Montecito. That's right, both Meghan and Harry have received directly from His Majesty and Queen Camilla their coronation medals, which they're wonderful actually. You know, everybody who attended the coronation received one, so it's a very nice thing to have. A lot of people are actually selling them. I find this incredible. Online on the internet already. Some are doing it hours after the event. I don't know why. I'd want to keep that, wouldn't you? It's a generational thing. Why not pass it down to someone who could benefit from it? But there you go. Now, what's interesting here is Harry and Meghan have been advised to make a very, shall we say, public display of thanks regarding these medals. Maybe, dare I say, if they can get it right, William Morris Endeavour Agency, how about a picture of them holding that in the Montecito garden, perhaps with their 2 children? That would be good PR. But of course, we have to wait and see whether they have the manners, civility, or indeed simply acknowledge them in any simple way. But either way, a lot of people are saying that this is once again a welcoming olive branch from His Majesty the King. How many olive branches does His Majesty and Queen Camilla truly have to give back? It is a developing story. When I know more, you'll know more. Neil Shorten in the very heart of London.